Hello, everyone. It's William here from Allegory Gallery, and Barnaby too. Barnaby's sitting with me today. I hope you're all doing well out there. It has been a whirlwind of a day for me. I haven't stopped going since early this morning. Running up to the store, well, running up to the cottage. The I ran up there and I had to restart the pellet stove. So that took a little while, which made me a little bit late to the store today. But I had to get that restarted and it gave me the chance to pack a few extra orders this morning. So I packed a few orders while that was starting up and then ran up to the store and have been busy all day long. Been promoting Andrew's art drop today. So that happened at 7 o'clock. You can grab anything in the online store. We're going to take a look at some of those things today. I have them right here beside me on the live. Um, we'll take a look at them and show you them kind of in person, on video at least. And if you have any questions about them, you can ask and we can try and answer. I also have a bunch of things that I gathered up that I'm going to show you for sale too. So that's that. How's everybody doing? Looks like a slow day today. We don't have too many people watching yet right now, which is sometimes happens on a Friday. People are just, taking Friday off. But if you're out there, please say hi. At least my things aren't showing much. I see Norma here. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining. Rebecca's here. So glad to catch you live. I was working nights, but quit with a smile, with a laughing face. Nice. I'm glad you can be here. It was so good to see your name pop up earlier. Um, we haven't heard from you in a while. And that happens. People take on different work, they shift things around, and sometimes we never know what goes on. But yeah, it's good to see you here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Michelle's here as well. Hello, Michelle. I see you got your new fancy light, so you're all ready to go. Um, Diane is here as well. Hello, Diane. Thank you for joining us. I got your email too, Diane. I haven't responded yet. I've been wild, and I actually I flagged it and then I didn't get back to it because I didn't do email at all today or messaging at all today. I have a few personal messages from family and stuff that I haven't even gotten back to. It's been a busy day, but I did get your email, Diane, and I am working on that for you. Um, Let's see. Andrew says, hopefully it works out. Glad to see you back in the lives. To Rebecca. Yeah. It's always good to see friends come back when they can float back in. Um, we never know if people got out of beating, if people are, like you shifted work styles, and it's always, you never know what's going on in life. But we're still here doing our thing so far, and having a good time, pretty much trying to have a good time doing it. Um, but yeah, so life is wild today. I don't know where the day went. I got to the store, I unpacked a few things, I sat down, and then it was 6 o'clock. I have no idea. I sent out emails today, I sent out text messages today, I sent out so many posts and reels. We were talking about how Facebook gives us these kind of um, checklists that we're supposed to do, and if you do them as a business account, it helps you apparently get seen, and it does seem to work. If we do them, it does seem to work, but they are pretty substantial sometimes. So let me just to tell you what we have to go through on a normal week, and this is pretty normal. Sometimes they're harder to do than other times. Let's see, what's my weekly progress here? Um, let's see all the steps. I had to get at least 320 interactions on our posts. So that's likes, comments. You have to get at least 320 in the week. You have to get at least 550 views on your post. So people have to at least look at your stuff. 550 people have to look at your stuff, or a different thing. One person could look at 550 things if we posted it. That would work too. Then we have to create 15 public reels. Reels are a little bit hard because you got to combine you have to, they have to be like video and music, and you got to, sometimes I do voiceovers on them, and you got to take multiple pictures because you can't just have one static. I mean, you could have one static picture, and I've been doing that for Beat in the New Year, so that's been helping us get to those numbers. Um, but people don't watch them if it's just one static picture. But the Beat in the New Year ones are so quick that before they realize it's not changing, it's over. Um, but those are really just to help and remind people what day Beat in the New Year we're on. But we have to do 15 public reels, and that's pretty low for this week, doing 15 of them. So that's like over two a day. Um, you have to do 30 public posts. We have to make 30 posts. So, um, if you think we're like flooding our timeline, it's because we're trying to do this. This is what Facebook recommends us to do to gain more followers. That's what they're telling us that this is for. You have to post a story every single day. And I'm almost there. I've got one more day to go. You got to post a story every single day. So you got to keep those stories going. Not only the reels, not only the posts, but the stories. And then this is always the hard one because it's nearly impossible for us to we don't have any, we have very little actionable things over this. Is we have to gain 15 new followers. So far, we've only gained 5 out of 15 for the whole week. So if you don't follow us already out there, please hit that follow button so we gain those followers. I have invited everybody I possibly can, or I think is interested, but we have not gotten up to 15 followers. That's the hard one because, like I said, people choose to follow you or not, right? You can post all the content you want, but if they don't follow you, there's nothing you can do about that. So that's what we have to do just in a week, every single week, to try to get. And that's like they change every week. It's not the same. So you can't count on it being the same. Next week I might have to get 2,500 views instead of 550, or I might have to post 30 reels. You never know what it's going to be from week to week. And the more you do them, the more it does grow. The lists grow. Like, so it does become difficult. And Andrew tries to do that on his um artist page, and we try to do that on the Allegory Gallery page every week, because if we do it, it seems like we get more views. I don't know if it's going to translate into more sales, more support, more, I don't know, but at least we're doing what Facebook wants us to do, right? And I guess that's, as long as you're doing what they want you to do, what they suggest doing, it's pretty hard for them to justify not showing you, right? Why would you keep doing it if it's not working at all? So we're trying that. Hello, Susie. Thanks for joining us. Who else is out there? Anybody else out there? How many people are out there? Say hi if you're out there. What have you all been up to? How's life, Rebecca? It's been a while. If you're still out there watching, what have you been up to? What's everybody else doing? Marianne just joined in. Um, she says, just got home. Oh, good. Thanks for joining us. I just got home too. I got home with enough time to go over the pricing for Andrew's new pieces. So Andrew does his new pieces throughout the week, and some of them get finished early enough throughout the week that I take pictures and add the listings to the online store and just have them off. But he was working on a lot of things that were he was doing a few things here, a few things here, a few things here. And so he had a pile of things that he finished for me last night, early this morning. He didn't go to bed until I woke up. He was busy working on all this stuff up until that point. Um, and so, as well as other things, I think he has a commission he's working on, and he has a few other things too. And so, um, we've been. I wake up in the morning. He usually leaves me a pile of things. I take it to the store, get all the photographs of everything, input the sizes and the photographs, and make the listings up for everything. And then I put in the prices I think things are going to be. And then when I come home, this is how we've been doing the drops. When I come home, I then um, go over everything with him real quick. And it usually leaves just enough time to go over all of that and then turn everything on before 7 o'clock. Um, and we can schedule, like I could schedule out everything to be automatic to come at 7 o'clock. But in order to schedule, we sell on Google, we sell on Facebook, we sell on Instagram, we sell on the online store. There are a few other little markets or channels, they call them. And you got to schedule each channel independently. So for every listing, there's like 7 different schedules I'd have to make just to show up. Or else I can just turn them all on at once. So I always try and make it home on these Fridays from the store from Johnstown in time to go over pricing and anything else I need to go over with him, and then turn everything on for y'all to get ready for the drop at 7. So hopefully you've taken a look at that. Did you look at everything? How'd you like it? Most of everything, well, some of the things you've seen, some of the things I don't think Andrew even posted about until um, nearly time for everything to go live. There's some mango friends. He made calamansi friends last time. There's one calamansi friend left. And then this time he made mango friends. He made pear friends. And then he made, we have some paintings that we put up there, which are birds of a feather painting collages. So those are up there. Those are the one thing I forgot at the store today. I was rushing out and forgot those. Rebecca says, love the new pins. Aren't they awesome? The newest ones, there's still the strawberry pin from last time. That one still has not sold. But the tomato and I forget what the other one. Why am I forgetting? Anyway, sold last time. The the uh the guava and the orange and the radish are available right now. So those are the ones that are available. Oh, let's see here. We've got Kimberly joining. Hello, Kimberly. Hello, Leslie. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're all doing well and having a good day. It's a good Friday. I was busy at the store, but no one came in. It's cold. It is very cold. I could not get warm at the store. I am under a blanket right now with Barnaby on my lap to keep me warm here right now. He's doing a good job of keeping me warm. My feet are freezing. But it's cold, and we keep this room closed off to the cats most of the time, so there's not too much cat hair on everything in here. But sometimes he gets to come in because he sits right on my lap and we just chill out. So yeah, so all of that stuff is now in the online store. Hopefully you've had a look at that and checked it out, shared it with your friends. Leslie says, I did not have a good day. My website was hacked. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how that's insane. That is not good at all. Knock on wood, real wood, we've not had that happen. We've sometimes had our payment systems hacked, PayPal and all that good stuff. But that's terrible. That's terrible. What happened? Do you need help? See if I can help with anything. Where's my mouse? Not connected. I charge these I don't know what is going on. Okay, well, I can use it here. Let's do it this way then. Yeah, it's so weird. Okay. At least I'm on my other laptop now. Andrew says, I know there was some confusion about the drops. Someone asked us if we were okay and if we were still going live tonight. I think the confusion is between the drop happening at 7 and us going live at 7:30. The reason we do that is that he has to manually input things for the drop and we can't go live at the same time. Yeah. I have to do the drop. I have to get everything ready. I have to turn it on. And then I usually try and share posts about it. And then in between 7 to 7:30 is when I get to prep for the live. And so that's why, because if anything technical goes wrong turning the drop on, I have 30 minutes to fix it before I have to go live. That's the other thing too. We built in that little bit of time so that if something happens and something happens in the online store or something's wrong with the listings, I have 30 minutes to fix it technically before I have to go live. So we try and do the drop at 7, and we have successfully, knock on wood, done both drops at 7. So that's been good. but just in case, I have a half hour to fix anything that might go wrong. So that's another reason for that. Rebecca says, this time of year, I always question my life choices to live in a cold climate. I know, Andrew says, same, because I'm not built for this. And Rebecca says, Andrew, let's move. Where do you want to go? I'm right behind you. I know, we keep talking about this. Like, I don't want to live in a place where it's super hot. Like, I don't think I could be in like Florida or um, like Arizona, places where it gets super hot in the summer, because that's just as bad to me as being cold in the winter. Um, Maybe worse because I'm fair skinned. Like that heat, not great. Sun, not great. But in a nice, kind of place where it's kind of year round, not too terrible, that would be nice. Of course, those are always the most expensive places to land, right? Um, yeah. And see everyone's saying, sorry, Leslie. Says, I got it fixed, but it took a while. And of course, some money. I'm just so, peed off. Yep. I can I can see why. That'd be terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you. Um, I don't know. Oh, now I just lost my mouth. Oh, this computer's messing things up. Sorry. Technical. That's why I was a little bit late today. I was having technical difficulties. Um, I hope we're going to be okay now. Got everything running. I just need to shut this other computer off, is what I need to do. Um, so I was telling you earlier, like if you have two Macs that are new enough, you can use the keyboard and mouse from one to go to the other. Um, so it helps. Like if I'm up here right now, like I'm on my laptop because the desktop is starting to die, um, and it's not always. It doesn't always work. And so I just brought my laptop up here and it's newer. And so I'm on my laptop and I can move my mouse off to the side of the screen. And if you move it off to the side far enough, it jumps to the desktop. So that if you are working on your desk and you have multiple computers for whatever reason, like I do sometimes, you can use that other computer kind of as a monitor or do things on it. And you can also do it to an iPad. So if you have an iPad, a laptop, and a desktop, you can use one computer, keyboard, and mouse to go across all of them, which is really convenient. But with the desktop dying, when I move the mouse over to the desktop accidentally, um, it traps my mouse there and it won't let go. Um, so that's what's going on here. I'm trying to keep it away um, from the side of the monitor. So how's everyone else's Friday been? And what have you all been up to? Kimberly says, I want heat. I don't want heat. I don't want heat, but I do enjoy I do enjoy 70 degrees, 70 to 75, 78, even if it's not humid. 68 to 78, I think, is kind of perfect temperatures as long as it's not humid, not too cold, not too warm. Kimberly says you would probably enjoy like some of the southern states like Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. Just stay clear of the mountains. Um, See, the thing is I love mountains too. But yeah, I probably would like them as long as they weren't too humid. The humidity is what, you know, would be terrible because we get pretty humid here, surprisingly, in Pennsylvania, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Let's see. Marianne, work today, packaged lots of tortilla chips. You do all different things. I thought you were in the deli. Um, Where they have you packaging tortilla chips? We've been eating a lot of tortilla chips lately. I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner. That's always the question. Sometimes it's not a question. I picked up pizza yesterday, and Andrew was making something that smelled good. It ended up being roasted potatoes, um, but we didn't eat those last night. He said he would save them for tonight's meal because I brought home frozen pizzas last night, and we just had that. We were both worn out, um, and I am extra worn out today, uh, but I was I'm okay right now. I'll be okay for the live, and after the live, I'm probably gonna kind of crash. But so far, I'm doing okay. I look a little worn out. My one eye is bothering me. Um, but I need to put drops in. Baltimore is warmer and only 3 hours away, says Andrew. Yeah, that's not too bad. And I do like Baltimore. So the amount of times we've been there, I mean, we haven't explored it tons, but I have enjoyed it. Um, I have enjoyed it the few times that we've been there. Diane says, I want my Florida temperatures back. When I got up this AM, it was 26 degrees, and it's going to be like that tonight again. Yeah. I don't want Florida. Maybe Florida winter. Florida winter. Right now we are 31, but the low is 13. Um, and luckily for us, it's going to stay in the low 30s. I mean, luckily, it's going to stay in the low 30s at least. And tomorrow we're going to get up into the mid. Let's not get wild. We're going to get to the mid 30s. So that is that. And then we're going to go down by Tuesday. We have a low of 5 and a high of 16. It's going to happen a few times next week and be around the 20s most of the week. Not good. I'm not caring for that very much. Andrew says it's also more affordable than some bigger cities. Yeah, it is. It is. Definitely is. The humidity on the coast feels different than in the Midwest. I like it better, says Kimberly. I don't I don't consider us on the coast, and I've never really experienced humidity much on the coast. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't like humidity though. I don't like to sweat and then just stay sweaty. Like it can evaporate or it cannot happen in the first place. But otherwise, it's no good. Marianne says I did both deli and the chips today, plus some organizing. They're working you hard, Marianne. They're working you hard. It says -8 degrees now in Celsius. Is that 8? I think it's 8. My eye, I'm like trying to look out of one eye because this eye is not, doesn't want to focus. Norma says, friends and I tried new Ukrainian restaurant on Main Street today. I had, how many? Dumplings filled with pork and chicken. And for dessert, I can't even pronounce it. Simiki. I don't know. Cottage cheese pancakes with sour cream and jam. It all sounds delicious. I can't pronounce it, but it all sounds delicious. Um, that's a good deal. What did I have for? Um, I had a muffin. I picked up muffins at the grocery store, chocolate chip muffins, and so I had a muffin for breakfast, and that is what I ate today. I had a muffin, and then I had my juice water, and that is it. That is all I've had so far. So I'll be ready to eat tonight for sure. Andrew says you get the sea breeze on the coast when it's humid. The sea breeze might be nice. Uh, and I'm back. I don't know if my sound went out, but my video went out. Says Andrew said, oh, NYC is on the water and it gets blazing hot. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Rebecca says, I had a roll with butter on it for dinner. Oh my goodness. You're eating like me. Um, well, you're eating like my breakfast lunch. For dinner, we usually have a good dinner. I hope you had a better lunch, Rebecca, than that. Um, Otherwise, you need to eat. Look at me telling you, like I'm your mama telling you need to eat. Um, Marianne says, had nuts for breakfast and now eating eggs on toast. Eggs on toast would be good. I like that idea. That might be what we're having if eggs and potatoes on toast. Because I don't know what we've got. I think we have stuff to make spaghetti if we really want to. Um, they had buy pasta. They had buy a pasta sauce, get a pasta for free, but they only had spaghetti or angel hair. And Andrew doesn't really care for either one of those generally. Um, the long noodles, but that's what we had to get because it was buy one, get one free. So I think we have that. If we still have the pasta sauce and didn't use it. We have potatoes that Andrew made last night. I don't know what else. We have a little bit of soft taco filling left, and some sauerkraut. So Andrew was like, he's like, what can we make with sauerkraut and cheese? And yeah. Uh, uh, Rebecca says I had pasta for lunch. That's good. That's good at least. Um, Angel hair is the devil's food, says Rebecca. You don't like angel? I actually, we don't eat it because Andrew doesn't like it, but I actually love angel hair pasta. Um, I love how when you take a lot of it and bite it, it kind of like in your mouth, you get that feeling of like cutting through with your teeth. I love that feeling. It's a texture thing, and I love angel hair actually because of that. Um, but Andrew does not like angel hair. He doesn't like the long noodles. So we generally have like the farfalle or a rigatoni or rotini, something like that. Um, Carly says, "Do you guys eat dinner late usually?" Yes, we usually do not eat dinner until midnight. Midnight is usually the early. Well, 11 is the earliest. Like if Andrew starts before I start the live or if he's cooking during it, we might eat at 11 or 11:30. But generally we're sitting down to eat 11:30 to midnight. Um, but we are up usually, I'm usually up at least till 2 a.m. Sometimes 4 a.m. So we do have that digestion time before we go to bed. Andrew says, I don't mind it, especially with garlic and butter. Okay. He says he doesn't mind it. So that's now I know. Now I can buy the angel hair. Carly says, midnight dinner. What time is bed? Yeah. 2 to 4 for me is bedtime. Andrew usually is going to bed close to when I'm waking up. So usually he's hitting bed around 9 or 10 a.m. Um, sometimes later, sometimes earlier, just depends. But he usually only sleeps then for like 2 3 hours and then gets back up and then sometimes takes a nap when he can. Again, he kind of does that. Um, Andrew says, I do prefer the larger, smaller pasta though. Rebecca says, I'm old. We eat dinner at 4. Yeah, 4 we might have lunch. Usually if we're having breakfast, lunch, because it's usually we don't have breakfast and lunch. It's usually this one thing. It's usually around like 2, usually I'd say 1 to 2. We eat something lighter earlier in the day if we're going to. Then it's not until midnight, usually 11 midnight. So we kind of sometimes we don't eat. Sometimes I just drink juice water all day and we have one meal a day and it's a big meal at night. Um, and so for us, it's kind of like doing a daily fast. Um, it's pretty much fasting until dinner, which is supposedly an okay, healthy thing to do, I guess. I don't know. This is not a medical channel. Don't listen to me. But a lot of people who do fast, they will do like a daily fast and do that. But they break their fast every day. Um, but yeah, and then some people do, like a 7-day fast or whatever. But we just kind of do a fast pretty much every day. Oh, you're eating my chips. I was saving those. Andrew says, I'm eating your chips. I was saving those specifically because I didn't stop and get anything on the way here because I knew I had some chips. Um, well, I guess I don't anymore. I guess I'll be running to Sheets tonight to get some stuff after the live. That was my snack. Says they're cleaning out my nose holes. Yeah, I got they are wicked. I got horseradish and cheddar chips. Every once in a while, I really like those. Um, and so I got the horseradish. I was going to say horseradish and cheddar, and they are potent. There were sometimes I was eating them last night, like the fumes from the horseradish were going up the back of my nose, and my eyes were watering. They're pretty strong. Rebecca says I feel better when I only eat once a day. Andrew says, I feel better when I eat 3 times a day, but it takes so much time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. I don't know. I get to a point in the day where I start to get hangry. And that's usually around 10. if I've not had much to eat around 10 o'clock, sometimes even if I have eaten throughout the day, around 10 o'clock, I start to get a little antsy. Um, but yeah, Rebecca says, my husband always eats things before I get to them. Yep. Yep. Um, Andrew tells me usually with things that I bring in the house, I have a very small, short amount of time. Usually it's that night. So if I get things at the grocery store and I bring them into the house, if I haven't enjoyed my lot of them um, before I go to sleep, sometimes they're not there in the morning. And he flat out tells me, he's like, you had the time. You should have eaten them last night. So that's what happened to my chips, apparently. Even though I was saving them purposefully. Um, Rebecca says, I drink tea all day. Yeah, I do this. This is everybody who watches knows. I'm carrying one of these. I just use the bottle over and over until I throw it out and replace it. But I fill this up with water to about here, and then I fill it up with juice the rest of the way. And it's usually some kind of cranberry juice, that much of juice at the bend. And then I drink that, and I try and drink one to two of those a day. I'm not doing very well today. Um, so yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Um, uh, Lennis is here. Hello, Lennis. Says, I have pretzels, nuts, pudding, and candied ginger. That's your dinner? That's an interesting dinner. Pretzels, nuts, pudding, and candied ginger. What kind of pudding? What kind of pudding you have? Um, is it like Jello pudding, or is it like, don't they call in the South, don't they call the stuffing pudding sometimes? What is it? Um, Michelle had Jimmy Dean sausage croissants. Ooh, I haven't had those. Well, obviously I haven't had those in a long time because we don't eat meat anymore. But I used to have those once in a while. They were good. You had that for lunch. I know it's not your dinner time yet. Marianne says my favorite pasta is linguine. I like a linguine. I like angel. I would say angel hair of the long pastas is probably my favorite because of the texture you get with it. Um, but I don't know. I do also like all the smaller pastas, so we don't have a problem there. Norma says, I like angel hair pasta, especially with shrimp scampi. Yeah, it's good. It doesn't overpower the shrimp and things. That's what's nice too. Some like the noodles aren't too thick. You don't get too much. Um, Leslie had sloppy joes over a bowl of couscous. That's interesting. I've never had that before. Was it good? I like both of those things, so it seems like that should be good. Um, Rebecca says I could drink like 3 or 4 of those a day. These? You drink 3 or 4 of those a day? See, I have to watch. Well, I don't. I try and drink 1 to 2 because um, that seems to hydrate me without overhydrating me. Um, because apparently that's a thing. You can overhydrate and you can flush your system too much every day, and then you do flush nutrients away. So I try and drink 1 or 2 of those. In the summer, I definitely could drink 3 or 4 of these. In the summer, I drink 3 or 4 of these. Um, at least 2 to 3. In the winter, I have a hard time sometimes just even with 1. Sometimes it feels like torture to drink cold stuff. Um, Andrew says, if it makes you feel better, there weren't many chips. I know. I was even thinking today that I was like, I was saving those. I'm like, but it's not probably going to be enough. I didn't probably save myself enough chips that it's going to like feel like I've had enough snack. So I'll just probably go out for chips tonight or do something. Ice cream, chips, pick something. Cheesy puffs, like the cheesy puffs once in a while. Um, my favorite pasta is gnocchi, says Andrew. He does like a gnocchi. I like a gnocchi too. Rebecca says, oh yeah, when we go out to eat, I usually drink 3 or 4 glasses before dinner arrives. Wow. That's good. At least you're well hydrated. Well hydrated. I don't think like winter, I'm not 2 of these is hard. 2 of these, 2 bottles is hard in the winter. for me. One is hard in the winter for me. My lips are right now dry because I haven't had enough water today. Andrew says, I love udon noodles. Like ramen is one of my favorites. Yeah. I also really like I like the egg noodles. I love an egg noodle. Um Ramen is good. Udon stuff, those noodles are good too. The rice noodles, I like the clear rice noodles. Are they rice? Clear rice noodles. They have a kind of gummy kind of texture too, which I really like. Um, Norma says, "Ooh, that sounds good." Leslie said it's yummy. Um, Michelle says, I drink 3 to 5 16-ounce waters a day, not counting any other fluids. Not allowed to go over 5 bottles because I lose a lot of potassium. Yeah, that's the thing you got to watch, right? I do try and take supplements of a lot of that stuff, but you can still just flush it out of your system. Again, not a medical channel. But yeah, you got to be careful, you know? Don't drink too much, but drink enough. When I was a kid growing up, I did not drink enough water. I got kidney stones when I was young because I probably dehydrated. Um, and I never drank enough water growing up. It was like soda all day long and not enough fluids. So now I'm trying to be better about that, especially since my heart issues a few years ago. It's weird to say a few years ago now because it feels like it was just like last year. Um, but yeah, it was ever since then I do try and stay hydrated and not to especially if I'm eating a lot of salt because I do like salty things. I like potato chips and I like salt on things. um but we grew up, my mom never used salt mostly in cooking. Like she would use it sporadically, just little enough to season things. Like things tasted good, but it was she never overdid it with salt, and we never had salt on the table to add to your food. Like we never added salt to our food when we went out to eat and stuff like that. So, um, but sometimes now I kind of underdo it and I don't have enough salt, I think. And when I'm drinking a lot of water, you have to have salt as well because you can flush all the salt out of your system, all that good stuff. But if I have too much salt and I dehydrate myself too much, then the heart problems could possibly happen again, the AFib and all that great stuff. So, try and stay hydrated, try to not eat too much salt, try to not eat too much junk food, try not get too stressed, all these things, which is hard to do. Let's see here. Angela says, hello, friends, recovering from respiratory hell. Oh no, did you get the flu? A lot of people have been getting that flu. Be careful, everybody. Wear your masks if you're out and about in large crowds. Um, Everybody says, hope you get better soon. Susan is here as well. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. We're just sitting here chatting about food. Um, let's see. Andrew says, I would always be peeing if I drank that much. See, that's the thing. That's what people say. But um, you do at first. But once your body gets accustomed to drinking that much, it holds on to more water. So, um, like, it's really weird. But when I start drinking a lot, you'll pee all the time and then it stops and you're like, "Ooh, shouldn't I be going more often?" But no, because your body starts to I feel like it holds on to more water. And I do at like in those transition periods, I start to put on more weight and I can tell and it's water weight. And then if I dehydrate myself again, like I'm like, "Oh, I look so thin now." Just water weight. Um, but yeah, you do it first, but then you get used to it and your body holds on to more of the water. Um, and I think at first your body's just like, oh, I can flush stuff out. Can flush stuff out. And then it knows it can hold on to the fluids. I don't know. I might just be making all that up. But I know when I have gone a few days without drinking very much and I start drinking a lot again, I go to the bathroom all the time. And then it just kind of evens out after a while. Andrew says mung bean noodles are delicious too. I used to get them at G Squared. Yeah, they used to have good stuff there. Haven't been in a while to see. Rebecca says, I feel like I should weigh about 15 pounds because of my liquid to solid intake, right? It's just all water weight, Rebecca. If you just stop drinking, it would all, you just condense to nothing. That's what I tell myself, right? Andrew said they had a good lemon pasta and it was so good. Rebecca says, that sounds good. I've had a ricotta with lemon ravioli that was good. Ooh, that sounds really good. Andrew says, your uncle salted my food before he ate it, and I was shook. Yeah, he is one. My aunt's husband, he actually, his doctor, he got in trouble with his doctor because he salted. He had high blood pressure or whatever. I think it's high blood pressure because he salted too much. He would salt before he even tasted. Just add the salt. Just add the salt. And I know I've had a few people in my family otherwise who've done that too. Just add the salt to stuff. And um, yeah, I'm like, how do you know it needs salt? Like, you didn't taste it, but it was just an automatic thing. And I think if you get used to eating a lot of salt, um, that that just you need extra all the time. Um, Rebecca says, I was down with that flu for 2 weeks around the holidays. Yeah, it's terrible, I hear. Like some of our neighbors had it and I think it was 2 weeks. And I saw them outside and they said, stay away. We've had it. We're still not feeling great, but they had to go out and do something. Um, but they were just getting out. They said they were locked up in the house for like 2 weeks because they weren't, because it was just that bad. Um, Susie asked, does anyone here eat Celtic salt? I don't know I don't know what that is. I don't think, do we, Andrew? Have we ever? Andrew will know. I won't remember. Um, Andrew says we eat sea salt. Yeah, we mainly have sea salt. Then I take extra iodine um, because of that, because it's not iodinized. I don't know what that word is. Andrew says you put too much on, then it just tastes like salt. I know, right? Let's see here. Marianne's going to go watch on TV. Okay. Um, Michelle says, LOL, I've been drinking like this for years and I go every 2 hours. Really? See, I do not. My friend just caught that flu, says Michelle. Ooh, no. Lena says we had it too. Oh, yeah, I've heard it's really nasty. So I'm like, if anyone even has like the sniffles around me, I'm like, no, back up, back way up. Um, Susan says we both had the bug, although my husband's case was worse. So glad we had our flu shots in the fall. Yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, what else is going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's okay out there. Don't get sick. Don't get sick. Nobody is allowed. Um, Barnaby is passed out on my lap. It's being so good. Um, everybody's pets okay? Everybody doing okay? I don't think Susan's here yet. I was gonna ask how Mookie was doing. Um, but yeah, everything else, just a busy day. Andrew is um crazy tired right now, but he's down there working on more art. Um, I think he's enjoying doing these beaded pins. Um, because I mean he's been doing a lot of them and they're really cool and I love them. So if you didn't see them yet, go to allegorygallery.com. It's one of the first things you're going to see when you scroll through the website is Andrew's new drop tonight and you can grab the things there. Um, oh yes, that's right. We watched the new Star Trek. We were talking about all these new shows coming up and um, we've been watching these like home buying shows, House Hunters and House Hunters International. And I started turning that on last night and he's like, oh no, we're watching Star Trek. So he's like, put Star Trek on. So we watched the new Star Trek. And it was really good. Um, I really enjoyed the new Star Trek. Um, Have any of you? I don't want to give any spoilers away. Um, but it's good. There's the first 2 episodes are out on um right now, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I like the cinematography. It was kind of different. Um, and the story's kind of fun. So yeah. Susie says, when I worked, I would eat coarse salt in the summer right out of the box. I bet Susie was a mail carrier, and I can imagine just trying to keep your electrolytes and all that stuff up, keep your sodium levels up with all that walking and probably sweating all the time. I don't know how you all do it, but um, yeah, it probably tasted good to eat the salt. Sometimes I really crave salt. I know when I'm doing that, I know that I need to eat more salt. Um, Andrew says, I enjoy them, but they take so long. Yeah, like he got what? 3 done in the last week, and that's him staying up like pretty much all night working on these, and he was able to get 3 done in a week, and that was kind of amazing, actually. I think because he didn't sleep a lot. I'll just say that he may not tell you, but Andrew did not sleep a lot trying to make these and get these ready for this drop. Um, he's been kind of wearing himself out doing them, but he's getting some sleep. But yeah. Rebecca says, we have a new puppy that brings my dog count up to 4. It feels like I'm running a shelter over here. Oh boy. Yeah. 4 dogs is a lot, especially depending on how big they are. I don't know what kind of dogs you have. Um, my aunt at one point had 5. I'm trying to remember. I don't think she has as many right now. I think she has 4 right now. But she had labs and a collie, and so they were big dogs. I mean, labs can be kind of medium to larger. Hers were on the larger side. Um, Andrew says, "Well, go ahead and show stuff. It's already been an hour." Okay, I've just been chatting with people. Um, Andrew says, "We're doing the rock show. Beat of the new year." I know. Um, let's see. Angela says, "Oh, it says it's been a projectile sneeze fest. I was able to think well enough to twist a wire, but not make earrings match. Cognitive decline sucks. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, when you're sick, the brain doesn't always work, right? When you're sick, it doesn't always want to cooperate. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera around. As you know, we're very high tech. Flipping our camera around, we have the we flip the camera on the stand. We flip the stand around, and then we don't have all the fancy multi-camera setups here, so we flip it this way. All right, here we go, and I'm back. So I didn't even realize it has not been quite an hour. I was gonna say my comments didn't pop up yet, so it's not been quite an hour. Um, we have a pitty, Chihuahua, a boxer, and a rat terrier. My pit bull is scared of them all. Yeah, yeah. Those pit bulls, they can be very sweet dogs. I know a lot of people who have them, and they are very sweet. Barn, where you going? You want to go out? Okay, one moment, everybody. Barnaby's decided he wants to go out. Let me let him out of the room. All right, bud. Come on, bud. There you go. Okay. Let me get wrapped up in my blanket again. Since now I don't have Barnaby to keep me warm. I used to have a Chihuahua Terrier, part Chihuahua, part Terrier growing up. And we named her Trixie. Um, and that came from, so we were trying to pick names for her. And my brother said, why don't we name her Alice? And, now I think that's actually not uh, too bad. But we all didn't want Alice. So we used to watch The Honeymooners, and I don't know if that's where he got Alice from, but then I said, "How about Trixie?" And so she ended up being called Trixie. And she was probably, like, we loved her, but she was the meanest little dog you've ever met in your life. But she could be sweet, but she was definitely like my dad's dog. I know, I know. I have a blank thing, and he's going to start yelling at me. Um, Here we go. There's one of those. There's that little baby. Um, yeah, she was a mean. She was my dad's dog. If anyone else tried to touch her, she would bite you. Um, she would take up my mom's room on the bed, and then when my mom would try and get into bed, she would bite at her. she was she was a mean little dog, but she was endearing, that kind of thing. And she lived to be she was over 18 when she passed away. She got a little senile toward the end, and she would wander off, and it wasn't good. Um, but Yeah, she was feisty. She would hunt rabbits in our yard. We had lots of rabbits, and the rabbits literally were bigger than her, and she would kill them and drag them around, drag them up to the porch as like that was her that was her hunt. Everybody said that's a cute name. I thought it was a cute name. Um, Rebecca also said we had a mean little dog growing up. He'd rip our face off if he could. He lived to be 21. I know, she was like 18 or 19. And yeah, sometimes mean must must work because she lived a long life. But she would chase us around as kids, and she would sit and cuddle up with you, but if you tried to touch her while she was cuddling with you, she would bite you or bite at you. Like, she liked to be around and have your warmth and stuff, but she did not want to be touched. So this is Andrew's radish. I don't know if any of these have sold yet. Can't see while I'm online or while I'm doing the live, but this is the radish, and this is available. These are pins that Andrew has made. They're signed and dated. And then this is the guava. These little expressive little things. And that's another pin. Lena says, I know people like that. Rebecca's the same with people. The mean ones live a long time. I know, right? They tend to. I'm like, you gotta get cantankerous and mean, and you live a long life. But who wants to live a long life having to be mean all the time? I would not find that fun. This is the orange. Ooh, Andrew's got some food going, I smell. Smells good. I don't know what he's making, but starting to smell good wafting up into this room. It takes a while for things to get up here because the door's closed, but I smell food. Andrew says it's a purple top, white globe radish. Even a very particular type of radish. Purple top, white globe radish. It looks really good, right? I think it looks so cute. I love this radish. Um, but I love big pins too. So there's that. So hopefully somebody will grab those in the online store. They're a lot of work. There's a lot of work in those. Picking the colors, just doing the sewing and the work, the beading, and then getting all the colors right and mixing them so that they look right. They got to look right at a distance, but also nice up close. And then they're all done on the leather back. Rebecca says, love it. I love them too. Thank you. And then Andrew did, and I'm going to have to show these one at a time because I already have them numbered. Actually, I'm gonna put these away too. Vicky says bead embroidery is fun, but it's very labor intensive. Yeah, it definitely has been for him. It is a labor of love here that he's doing. But they come out so cute. But it's a lot of work. Andrew says, I mentioned that because it doesn't look like a regular radish. Yeah. It's faux suede, the leatherette. Faux suede. Okay, so there's those. And then, so he had calamansi friends last time, little orangey, citrusy friends. This time, he has mango and pear friends. So this is one of the mango friends. These are done in polymer clay. And these are little ornaments. I mean, I guess you could use them as pendants if you were careful with them, right? But they're mainly makes them as ornaments. Yes, hello, Vicky, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Diane says, yes. At first, I thought it was a turnip, but the wrong shape. Yeah. Guess that makes sense. I don't know. When I first saw it, I just assumed I saw a radish, but I've also seen those radishes. I guess that's what in my mind kind of, I don't always think about the red radishes. This is another one of the mango friends. With his tooth. Got his one tooth. Pretty cute. And these are all available at allegorygallery.com. You can get them there right now. Hopefully we're selling some of them. That would be nice. He's worked hard on these. I don't know if Friday night's the best night to do a drop because I think people, people go out and do stuff on Friday night. So sometimes I wonder. Things went really well last week. I guess it just depends. I don't know how things are going right now. But these are all available in the latest drop section, the fresh drop section of the website. And the ones that are left over from last week are also still in that collection, but they will move off of that collection probably once this drop is kind of solidified, probably tomorrow or Sunday, I'll move them off and more into the regular Andrew collection. That way, not everything is in the drop all the time. Kind of see the fresh stuff. This is the last, I think the last mango friend. Andrew says, I think we have to do it more than twice to see how well it works. Yeah, we gotta, gotta just see. Feeling things out. We're kind of new to the drop thing. A lot of people do it online, and I think once people know when things are happening like that, once they get used to it, it kind of flows. This is a pear friend. Super cute pear friends. It's one of those. So cute, says Lennis. They're cute. They're very cute. What do y'all think of these? Another pear friend. Signed and dated. Have you all been working on projects? I know a lot of you have been doing Beat in the New Year. And it's been really great to see everything you've been working on. Today was used mixed media in your projects. This is what I'm always looking forward to seeing when we do things like this, when we add fibers or add other things. So I think one or two people posted for it, but I don't think a lot of people posted for the mixed media one yet, as far as I had seen. Of course, Facebook doesn't always show me everything as much as I try to see everything. And I was busy today. So have you all attempted the mixed media one? Did you post about it? There's another pear friend. I've got juicy lips in that pear friend. And one more pear friend. And I'm sorry, but I did leave the paintings at the store. So you can see those in the online store. But I did leave them at the store as I was running off. And this is the last pear friend. I know one of these, I think one of the pear friends had sold before I started the live today, before I came up here to get ready for it. I don't know if anything else has. Hopefully more things have sold. I've just been working hard at it. Move these back into my little container so I can take those up to the cottage and make sure they are get put in numerical order for selling purposes. Anybody else? No projects? Nobody's working on anything? Nobody's doing anything? Anybody else? I know we talk about new shows a lot. We started the Star Trek. Anybody else start watching the Star Trek as well last night? Rebecca says, I love their eyes. Thanks. I say thanks like I did it. I didn't do it, but I'll say thanks for Andrew. And yeah, so we've got a number of things happening. We have on the 23rd. Let me make sure I got that right. So next Friday, 1 week from today, 23rd, we have our creative make along. We hope you'll join us for that. That's on Zoom. If you need the link, it's in the email we sent out about it. It's on our blog post. It's on the Facebook event as well. So make sure you have that link, because every time somebody says they couldn't find the link. So I'm warning, like every day I've been telling everybody where it is, where you can find it. If you can't find it, tell me now so I can get you the link. All right. And then the week after that, we start our rock and mineral vault sale at the shop. So we're going to have tons of rocks and minerals and all that good stuff set up at the shop on the 30th, 31st, and 1st of February. And then on the 24th of February, my birthday, we're having a birthday celebration Kittapalooza. All day long, we're going to ask you to please share things that you've made from Allegory Gallery kits on the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group timeline. And then we're going to probably have some make-alongs and lives and stuff like that. And then we'll have one live at the end of the night where we have a bunch of kits for sale. So if you don't have any kits, please get the kits now. I've been loading kits into the online store. We just released our St. Patrick's Day kit, our Easter kit, the Cloud Dancer kit for Pantone 2026 Color of the Year, and also the Fire Horse kit for the Chinese Zodiac New Year. So those are all available. I also just put 5 new inspiration kits into the online store today. So those are also available for you to grab as well. Angela's looking forward to the make along. Absolutely. Linda says, mixed media takes time. I need a good idea. Yeah, it does. It does take time, right? I tried to put it kind of in the middle of the month so that if you needed time to think about it before, you'd have it. And if you needed time to complete it, you'd still have time to finish it before the end of the month. So hopefully we start seeing some more mixed media ones as time goes on, because I do know those take a little bit of time, right? All right. Andrew says maybe put something on the screen. I am. I'm getting ready to do this. Let's see. If you want to purchase from this video, take down the lot number we're going to give you here. Send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. I'm going to call these FNZ lots because I just know I haven't used that. FNZ. And let me pull up my email. Ooh, excuse me, everybody. All right. If you want something, for example, take down FNZ1, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. First come, first serve. I pulled some stuff from the store today, so we're going to take a look at some of this stuff. Hopefully you'll like some of it. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, first up, $3. I've got one of these. This is a 2mm. Let me make sure I'm right on that. 2mm leather that is 2 meters long in yellow. It's $3 for the bundle, and there's one available. FNZ1. And the next one, oops, here. Well, that bag. Rip that bag. This is FNZ2. This is a lilac color, 2mm leather, 2 meters long, and that's $3. Thank you. Rebecca says, bless you. Andrew says, I love the color. I think it's slightly metallic. The yellow, let me take it out of the bag. I should have just taken them all out of the bag, huh? Sometimes they're a pain in the butt to put back in the bag. Yeah, it is kind of a slightly metallic. Has a little bit of a sheen to it. And then I have this one. This kind of seafoam green, FNZ3, $3. 2mm leather, 2 meters. Andrew says, this is all Greek leather and there are no knots in the middle. Yeah. No knots. Sometimes they knot it to make a length. We do not. We give you the full length, 2 meters. And let's see here. Let me shrink this a little bit. There we go. All right. And Andrew said, I ordered some leather before and it had so many knots, it wasn't really useful for my project. Yeah, it's not going to happen here, right? FNZ4. This one is this kind of brick red. And you get the 2 meters, $3. FNZ4. And these are old prices. I don't know. We haven't ordered full leather in a while as far as importing it, what everything is going to be. So I do know that these are from before all the tariffs and all that. FNZ5. And this is the last of the leathers. We've only got one of each that I brought. I might have some more at the store, but I'm only doing one of each for the live here. This is this beautiful sky blue. Andrew says, for some projects that you only need a little, the knots are fine, but those wrap bracelets, it's no good. Yeah, if you're doing that Chandlu style stuff, not good. Not good. So those are the 5 colors I brought today for y'all. FNZ1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just do this over a little bit. FNZ6. Let's see. I thought this would be fun. This is a specimen of selenite. And these are really cool, big selenite and they have a lot of that clarity to them. Like, it's really cool. Normally you see it, it's all white. These have a nice clarity to them. Um, and you can see the kind of the growth pattern in these sheets, but then it's clear. So I have one of these, $18 for the specimen, if you like that, FNZ6. I just thought that was cool, pretty cool. Andrew says, a tip for leather. If you don't like the look of the leather on a cut end, use a permanent marker and mark the ends and it blends in. There you go. Andrew says, I'll sometimes use a metallic paint marker and it adds a nice little touch of razzle dazzle to the project. Right? In Z7. Now this one's a little spendy, but I wanted to show it. It was 188. I will take it down to 175. I can't go much lower. This is a really special piece. This is a vintage hand-cut quartz, and it is so pretty and so perfect. Like, there are very few inclusions in these. It's a hand-cut quartz crystal, and they are spectacular. It's a whole strand. And this is a vintage strand. You can see there's the old tag on it, 188. That's what we left it at, and it's still at that. We've never changed the price on that. So that's the old price, 188, and it's a beautiful hand-cut crystal, FNZ7. It's sparkling here. I hope you can see the sparkles. It's like shining on everything over here. One strand available, and these crystals are, and I say they're quartz, 10 millimeters approximately by 18 and a half. Really special strand. 175 down from 188 for you all tonight. And next up, let's see here. I had 25 on this. I'll do it at 20 for y'all. I always like to give you deals here when we can. FNZ8. This is pink Peruvian opal in chip form. These beautiful pink Peruvian opal chips. Really nice quality, really beautiful colors in these. And that's a full chip strand. These chips are around 9 millimeters. And they were 25, taking them down to 20 for you. FNZ8. Really high quality, nice pink Peruvian opal. FNZ9. Lenna says, now I'll be hearing Bill Murray all night. Razzle dazzle. I don't know. I don't know what that. When did he say that? What was that in? I like a lot of Bill Murray's. I love Bill Murray stuff, but I don't recognize that. Let me refresh here just to make sure. Oh, I guess it helps if I look at the email. we've sold some of these leathers. So let me move these out of the way. Thank you so much. Oops, guess I need the number in those, right? Put the number in the bag. It helps, William. I'll have to watch the video back again. Let's see here. I lose the bag. Oh, well. There it is. I did it again. Oh, sorry, everybody. My brain is like fried. It's Friday. It's been a long day. I didn't sleep really great last night. I kept waking up a lot in the middle of the night. Are y'all sleeping okay? I feel like for some reason last night I was up quite a lot in the middle of the night. Barnaby slept with me, and that's always interesting. But he's pretty good. He stays in one place mostly. So it's mostly me that was probably causing it. But it's always different because I have different hours when I have to get up for the store. And I think that that's in my head, especially every Friday morning. I'm like, I don't want to miss waking up to get there in time. And so I wake up extra early. And I passed out really hard last night. And I woke up within like 2 or 3 hours. And I was just like, ooh. And then I had a hard time going back to sleep. Stripe says, I don't think I've seen that. So that's why I don't know that. I do like Bill Murray, though. I don't know if is he still a good person to like? I don't know. I don't know. Some days. Andrew says, you can't blame me. No, you weren't in the room. I can't blame you. Can't blame you. Kimberly says, I am not, but it's annuals. Gummies will help me once these are done. Yeah. I know that's hard for you. Next up, these are $10. I can't do any better than that. These are already priced to sell. FNZ9. These are an AB finished coated shell, and they're super pretty. Super pretty. Look at that. They've got that kind of AB, kind of slight metallic, or yeah, metal, like almost like a platinum finish, but in AB. Really pretty. Nice pink color. And that's FNZ 9. $10, one strand available. And let's see, what's next? How about these? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these available, and they are $4 each. We didn't increase any pricing on these. These are already a really good deal. FNZ 10. I should have moved 6 out of here. Huh? FNZ 10. These are these check glass pearls. These are 8mm yellow bronze. I think there are 24 pearls on here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, 24 pearls per strand. And again, yeah, 8mm in this yellow bronze color. $4 a strand. 4 strands available. FNZ 10. Let me see. We have bags here somewhere. I'm gonna put this selenite away. Nobody grabbed the selenite yet, so it's still available. Nice specimen if you like specimens. Pretty transparent. FNZ6, only $18. Oh, that's a little bit. Let's just see the other side. It's a little big to put with everything else. FNZ 11. Let's do these. Yep, 8 of these. FNZ 11. Let go. Are these check glass hearts? FNZ 11. And these are 8 millimeters. I saw, I think it was Anne Gardan was doing some hearts today. They were so pretty. Little heart sets. And let's see here. FNZ12. FNZ12. These large rose quartz. They were 112. Large, what do I call them? Graduated bicones, is what I called them. It's not quite what they are, right? Double terminated. But yeah, they are graduated from end to middle. So they're about 22 and a half up to 30 millimeters. Beautiful rose quartz nuggets. Taking it down to $89 for y'all. $89 for the strand. If you'd like that strand, it's the last one we've got left. FNZ 12. FNZ 13. You got some turquoise. Beautiful Hubei turquoise. It's got a lot of kind of metallic in there. Beautiful color, beautiful nuggets. Some of that kind of silvery metallic you can see in there. Beautiful strand. $70 normally in store. Doing it for $60 for y'all. $60 for the strand. FNZ 13, if anybody's interested in that one. Let's see here. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. FNZ 14. These were $8.75. I'll do 7 each on them. I've got 4 of them available. They're these check glass hamsas. And one side is non-finished or coated. And this side has kind of a purpley brown, beautiful finish to it. And that's FNZ 14, was 875, about 15 by 14 millimeters. Now $7 for the strand. Did my screen go off? Hopefully not. And then I've got another strand of this. I've got 4 of these ones. Oops, let me see. Everybody's quiet. Nobody's saying anything. Y'all looking at the beads? All the conversation just stopped. And then these ones are double-sided, and they have the gold wash on both sides. These were $8.75 as well. I'm doing them $7 a strand. 4 strands available. And again, they're 15 by 14 millimeters. And let me start putting some of these away. Uh-oh, I think I took my bags downstairs. Andrew, I might need you to run me bags up. I think they're over by the computer. If you're able to, if you're still watching. Kimberly says, I'm here in awe. Oh, that's good. At least somebody's still out there with me, hanging out. It always gets so boring for me when when no one's talking. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? What are y'all planning? You have any plans for the weekend? I'll be at the store all weekend. If you're in Johnstown, come visit me. Make a surprise visit. Come up. Come down. Come visit me. He says, I love these yummy beads. See, it helps when people talk. Give me something to talk about. What are y'all doing? We talked about board games yesterday. I'm like, what can I talk about? We talked about music a lot, books a lot. My life doesn't get much more interesting. I'm always doing the work thing. Let's see here. I need at least one more bag for now. Do I have one more bag? Kimberly's building her grocery cart. That's a whole thing. I can't imagine what that's like for big families. It's hard enough grocery shopping whenever I am just doing it for us. But trying to figure out what everyone wants, what everyone likes, what everyone can afford, that's a whole different thing. Okay. FNZ 16. These are really unique. They're 48. I can do 45, but I can't really do much. I don't have much wiggle room in these ones. FNZ 16. These are fluorite faceted cubes, and they are really nice. 6 millimeters, 15.25-inch strand, fluorite faceted cubes, very nice quality. Gorgeous fluorite. Look at the clarity in some of those. I love these. Kimberly says there are only 3 of us here full time now. That's probably a lot easier than what you're used to, right? Beautiful fluorite, 6 millimeter, faceted cubes. Was 48, bringing it down to $45. That's a pretty top quality strand of fluorite. Nice and flashy. I love fluorite. I used it in one of my bracelets recently, and I loved how it came out. Okay, FNZ17. Let's see here. Come on. Okay, this is 86. I'll bring it down to 74. This is another beautiful turquoise strand, Ube turquoise. This is old stock. They are stabilized but not dyed, just like the others. Stabilized but not dyed. These are more of a green turquoise. So you can see here, 13 was more of the blue, and 17 is more of the green. These are slightly bigger nuggets, which accounts for the change in price. And they are stabilized, but they are not dyed. No dyeing on those. Old stock. Got these from somebody who had them in a warehouse, and we're like, yes, we will take those. And we have a few strands left, but I'm offering one of them today only for that. Okay. And then one more strand of turquoise, the big uns. This is 125. I will do this for 98. Really dropping the price here on this one. If you like this. This is large Hubei turquoise. Very large, graduated, but still very large. Nuggets, pebbles, rocks. They are actually pretty big rocks, and they're really pretty. They've got some really lovely patterns in them. 125 for the whole strand originally, down to 98. The smallest one on here is 22.7 by 28.8. The largest one, this beauty right here, look at all the colors and all the patterns. Excuse me, that goes up to 32.6 by 44.6. FNZ 18. Biggins. All right. And let's see here. I am going to have to run down for bags, I think. Found one more. Put FNZ 12 away. This is that double pointy bead. As a magazine editor once told Andrew, double pointy beads. $4.89. And the turquoise here. It's FNZ 13. And I'm going to put these with their others. FNZ 14 are the Hemsas, and 15. And we move these up. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have to tease you with? I have these. These are 18. That's a really good price on these. These are Western German, vintage Western German glass strands. And let me get this untangled. No, there's one that's entangled. There are 3 of these available. Vintage Western German. You can see made in Western Germany. And they're these slightly graduated, bright yellow. They graduate more toward the end here up to the big beads. But they're this bright, beautiful yellow. $18 a strand, 3 strands available. They graduate from 5 millimeters to the largest, which is 11, just about 12 millimeters. 5 to 12 millimeters. 3 strands there left only. FNZ 19. Oops. Let me check this. Sorry, I think my thing, let me refresh this. Okay. And then, whoops. Okay. And FNZ20. Usually get a few bites on these little pairs. These are $6. I've got 4 of them available. Check glass pairs. FNZ20. These. And these pairs are about 10 millimeters by about 12. 10 by 12. And I have FNZ21. These are also 6, and there are 2 of these available. And these are these yellow pairs with the gold finish. Check glass. And they're the same size. Let's see here. FN, oops, if I can write. Come on. FNZ22. And for $9. Do this one. I only have 1 strand of this left. Do it for 8. This one. These are these check glass drops. They're drilled down through the center with a copper coating. And these are 7, let's see here, 7 by about 9.5 millimeters. $8 for the strand, 1 strand available. Oh, I might do this. Let's try this on. FNZ 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 strands of these. FNZ 23 are these check glass strands. Love this beautiful shape. And this color is kind of like a gray blue. It looks kind of gray, and then under the light, there's some blue in there. And it's got the black finish. And these are about 9.5 millimeters. And 1, 2. I've also got 7 of these ones. FNZ 24. Let me cut one of these off of here so I don't have them all. Is this color of those. Really pretty. FNZ 24. 7 strands available. Okay. And oh, there's some bags. Let's put some of these away. This is the fluorite. And we'll put the turquoise away. There. Oh, just sold some of the pairs. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I still have some of those left. Oh, sold this one strand, so that is sold out now. Thank you, thank you. Big honking turquoise away. That's a good deal on that. Only 98, down from 125, which is a very old price. We've had that strand around for quite some time. Really probably needs to go up, to be honest. Let me take away this one since we've sold that one. Clear this one out of here. And I'm going to move this one over. Still have some of the 20s. So one of the 21s, 3 and 24. And Z 25. Got one of these off here too. This is also $5 a strand, and I have 1, 2, 3, 6 strands of these are these check glass little flower, center drilled flower beads. And you get the whole strand, tons of little flowers on there. Use them as spacers, use them as dangling for earrings. FNZ25, $5 a strand, 6 strands available. Let's see what's next. What is going on here? Sorry, everybody got this is Facebook's acting up here. Just make sure. Refreshing, make sure if anybody's saying anything, I'm not missing them. Nope, nothing. Everybody's so quiet. Everybody's so quiet tonight. What's going on out there? Everybody's busy working on projects. All right, these ones are $3 a strand. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strands. These are beautiful little pinch beads. $3 a strand. Pinch beads in the black and copper color. This is, I got a message, not working on a project right now, unfortunately. Linda says, I covet the large turquoise ovals. I know, right? These are, there are 6 strands here. Let me show you one strand. Looks like that. These copper and black pinch beads. Yeah, I'm considering taking that large strand of turquoise apart and parting out the stones, maybe. It's just a nice, impressive strand for when people come into the store looking for turquoise and they're like, ooh, it's that kind of thing to kind of, you always want those kind of aspirational strands, I think. And that's kind of one of those. Lana says, no. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 of these. FNZ27 are these pinch beads. These are really pretty. Look at all the colors, blue, greens in there with a little AB metallic finish. Really cool strands. FNZ27. We just sold all of these. Thank you so much. Somebody likes those coppery good ones. Black and copper. Put those away. They're really a good deal for the price. $3 a strand. We got a good deal on those for everybody. FNZ28. Let's do our ones next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. FNZ28, $3 a strand. This one are the silvery and clear. Clear with the silver metallic. And these are the check glass pinch beads. 3-sided. Kind of see there a little better. They've also got a little bit of that AB on them. And there are 8 of these available, $3 each. FNZ 28. And what else do I have in my little? Oh, I like those pair of beads. Let me see here. What did I have those? $6. These are $6.50, but I'll do it for 6 like the other ones. I have 1 strand of these pair of beads if anybody's interested. These are my favorite ones. I didn't even know I had these left. I probably would have taken them. They're kind of a green and almost like a purpley brown with a little bit of that finish on them. I don't know what that finish is called, but it's really cool. 1 strand of those available. They were $6.50. Bring them down to $6 for that one last strand if you're interested in that. And let's see, what should we do for the last one tonight? FNZ 30. Let's see here. This is $9.50. We'll do it for 9. These are a larger check glass round in a matte kind of green with, I don't know what the finish is called, but a nice brown kind of finish on those. The beads are really fun. They're like jelly. Yeah, jelly. They've almost got some purple in there with the brown on the finish. I don't know if you can see that. And these are faceted rounds, and they are about 11.5 millimeters. 1 strand of those left. Yep, there's 1 strand left. FNZ 30. And that, friends, is it for tonight. Leslie says, nice. I love pinch beads, right? Me too. They're inexpensive and they add a lot of detail. Like you can get a lot of flash out of 1 pinch bead. A little bit of bling every once in a while if you need it. They're kind of like Lucerna bicones. Like they're not expensive, but they're very useful. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time. I had a nice time hanging out with you all. It was a nice end to the week. I just realized my computer is almost dead, so I'm going to go. Thank you all for hanging out, and I hope you all have an amazing, amazing weekend, and we'll see you on the flip side of that. Well, we'll probably see you Sunday night for a D-Stash event if you're in the D-Stash group, and then we will see you on Monday with something else. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. Have an amazing weekend. See you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye, everybody.